Welcome back to the PBC, Pelican Bay's Corner, where we give dog news across the country, across the world. You know, when we're talking about all dogs, and when we focus in on the American Pitbull Terrier, what some like to call the real American Pitbull Terrier. Not the blanket term, but the one dog that was created here in America. You know what I'm saying? We focus on that. I want to send a big shout out to everybody that's tuned in, everybody that always tuned in, no matter who tunes in. They don't need somebody else to tune in order for them to tune in. Big thank you to my brothers that be showing support to the channel. Big thank you to my brothers that done bought them a book from the Bay. You know what I'm saying? Big thank you to everybody that supports everything that I, bring to the table, whether you like it or not. You know what I'm saying? Big thank you to all y'all, man. If you're not subscribed to the channel yet, subscribe to the channel. Hit that like button before you get up out of here, And big thank you to all my truck driving brothers out there that be turning to the channel and just listening. And while you're driving out there on that highway, big salute to everybody that's taking them, like I say, family trips right about now, tuned in, listening. Thank you to everybody across the world, from North America to South America. I ain't just saying this, man. I'm politicking with folk from North America, South America, politicking with folk from Africa, politicking with folk from Europe, politicking with folk from Asia. Big salute and big thank you to everybody that's rocking with the Bay. You know what I'm saying? We got some dog talk to talk about today. And we're gonna speak a little bit about show dogs and working dogs. Because a brother was asking me something in my comments, and I'm address that, So we'll speak about that. But the first thing I want to say is big thank you to the brother Track Life Kennel out there for showing me support, for representing me on your channel. You know what I'm saying? And not having to get something off of it. You're not looking for nothing from it, and you still supporting a brother. Big thank you, my brother, for supporting me from South Carolina all the way to Alabama. You know what I'm saying? And keep doing what you're doing with them dogs out there, my bro. Now, the first thing I want to speak about is something I seen on Facebook, you know what I'm saying, where I noticed it's kind of common in this Pitbull game. The brother Working Line K9 was advertising one of his dogs for, I want to say $5,000, or a dog that he had, or a dog that he got, or whatever, for $5,000. Then you get a brother that commenting up under his picture and trying to knock what he's trying to do, trying to say it's not worth this, it's not worth that, it's not this, and it's not that, and blah blah blah, blah blah blah. He made a statement, and I wanna address that statement that he made, because it's so true. The stuff that he's saying in his statement for the young fella is so true, and I gotta address it. So I'm going to read y'all what he responded back to the brother that said his dog wasn't worth $5,000 or he can't sell it. I'm going to read y'all his statement, and then I'm going to speak about it. Now, Working Line said, it's people like you that depreciate the value of this breed what constitutes a $5,000 bully or Frenchie. Why is it that people think because another man values his stock less that the price is determined on what the other guy markets his dogs for? That's not how the dog game works. Breeders are asking $60K. Yesterday's price is not today's price. You 100% right, my brother. And sometimes I like to call it slave mentality. These brothers out here, and a lot of brothers, not all brothers, some brothers in this dog game, and I'm speaking to my brothers right now, my black people, because I don't get this problem from my white brothers. And that's why I've been saying this year after year, month after month, video after video when I feel like saying it. It's never going to be the people that you like to say, oh, the white man holding your back, the white man holding your back. No, the white man ain't holding your back. The white man ain't holding your back in real life when it comes to a regular job, and when it comes to this dog community. The white man ain't holding your back. It's your own kind that's holding you back with the slave mentality. You see? That brother is 100% right. Because you want to value your dogs less, why should the next brother value his dogs less? Because y'all got the same pedigree. Oh, if you got a Big John dog and you value yours at $500 because I got a big John dog. I'm supposed to value mine at $500. Oh, and then you know what the first thing they say? Oh, I can go get them from so-and-so. I can go get them from so-and-so. If they ain't saying that, they saying, oh, I can go get them from the source. I can go get them from, the source might not have good. That's why I always tell brothers will miss out on good dogs because you want to go to the source. And this brother over here might got a good dog. The source might got good dogs, but you don't think this brother got good dogs. But because this brother selling his high, you going to go to the source. That's slave mentality. Sell your dogs for what you want to sell them for, but because you sell your dogs cheap, what constitutes this brother to have to sell his dogs for cheap? Because he got the same pedigree? Now that shows, brothers, this Pitbull game should have never been oversaturated. It should have always been made hard for anybody to get their hands on these dogs. If you would have made it hard for everybody to get these dogs from the start, then the next person will respect the game and sell and let these dogs go for, you know, like, okay, I can't get them. I can't just go around the corner and get them. So you can't just go around the corner and get them. So the next person can't just go around the corner and get them. You know what I'm saying? But being that the game then got oversaturated, and then they got these brothers out here with the slave mentality, thinking because you value yourself less, that I'm supposed to value myself less. Nah, man. It don't go like that. And like I said, it ain't the white brothers that's doing that. It's the black brothers doing it to their own black brothers. You know? When you look at it, any kind of knocking, the hating, and all that, it ain't coming from no Spanish brothers. It ain't coming. Every now and then you get them. Like you got Hunter of all dog men. You know, every now and then you get them ones. But it ain't, they're not the ones that's holding you back. It's your own fault because they are used to valuing their product. They're used to valuing themselves less. You know? Oh, if I get dogs from Tom Garner, I'm not supposed to sell dogs higher than Tom Garner. I'm supposed to keep my dogs at his level or below. Slave mentality. I can't boost myself up. I can't sell dogs. Oh, if he's selling them for $2,500, I can't sell them for $5,000. You know what I'm saying? And when you thinking like that, you're going to always be in the slumps. It's going to always be $1,000 dogs, $500 dogs and stuff like that. No disrespect to nobody that's selling their dogs for that, because people sell their dogs for whatever they want. But when you make these dogs too accessible to everybody, everybody don't value the dogs the way you value them. You know what I'm saying? So when they get to selling, oh, I got the same thing he got. That's the first thing they yell out. Oh, I got the same thing he got. Look at the pedigree. The pedigree ain't the dog. The pedigree ain't what's in the square. The pedigree ain't what's in the show arena. The pedigree ain't what's pulling them weights. The pedigree ain't what's climbing that wall. The pedigree ain't, like I was speaking the other day, ain't what's dock diving. The pedigree ain't what's hog hunting. The dog is. You know? So many times we like to, what the pedigree gonna do? What the pedigree gonna do? What the dog gonna do? You know? Because we have the same pedigree, or because, I got the same pedigree as Mr. Boudreaux, and my dogs is 2 times higher than Mr. Boudreaux. That's because I value my dogs, I value myself, my time, and what I got going on with my dogs. You know what I'm saying? And I may have better dogs than him just because we got the same pedigree. And like I told y'all before, that goes back to saying, none of these dogs are doing what they supposed to be doing if you feel like the person that's the connect to the dog got the best dogs. That means nobody dog is doing what they supposed to be doing. I don't care what nobody say. Your dog's supposed to be breeding better than him or equal to him. According to the masses, if I want the best Tom Garner dog, I got to get it from Garner. How the fuck I got to get the best Tom Garner dog from him when his dog is supposed to be breeding better than his dogs? Santos supposed to be breeding better. Hickory back in the day is supposed to be breeding better. Bobby Peru supposed to be breeding better. So if I get a dog off Bobby Peru, it's supposed to be better than Bobby Peru if he's doing what he's supposed to be doing. You understand? But when you got slave mentalities out here, you never gonna get a dog better than Bobby Peru. You know what I'm saying? You're never gonna get a dog better than Santos off these dogs. That means, like I said before, if that's the case, I see why some of the dog quality have gone down. You know what I'm saying? I see why the quality of dogs have gone down. Because in brothers' mind, they thinking, okay, Red Boy started back in the 80s? The Red Boy stuff? Okay, now we coming down. That mean in the 90s, none of the Red Boy stuff was better than Red Boy himself. How the fuck that shit happen? You know what I'm saying? How we get dogs that were Mayday, Yellow? Some brothers will say Yellow was better than Yellow John. Some brothers will say Mayday was better than Yellow. Which can be argued. Right? But one thing I will say, Mayday might have been a better performer than Yellow. He wasn't a better producer than Yellow, and that proof is in the pudding. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, he could have been better than Yellow. But them the 90s dogs, the closer you get to modern day time, when you're dealing with a lot of folk who really don't care about a dog, they care about winning. They really don't care about getting a better bulldog. They care about winning. Then you lose that. You lose them traits. They're saying, which one of these dogs, by now, all this breeding we did off Red Boy, all this breeding we did off Jeep, which dogs out here are better than Jeep? To hear it from the masses, none of Jeep offspring is better than him. When they should be better than him if he was a producer, you know? Tudor's Dabo, all the dogs Dabo produced. You don't think all the dogs out of that Dabo produced, he produced dogs that was better than him? Y'all will agree with that. You'll agree with some of the dogs. Oh, look at this dog right here. This dog was better than Dabo. Or maybe his grandson was better than Dabo. Y'all will agree with all that. But it's hard for y'all to agree with your heroes and your famous dogs that only y'all know. That the dogs that you only know, rather. It's hard for y'all to go with that. Oh, these dogs ain't better than so-and-so. Because that's the mind frame these brothers got. And I'm glad you said that, Working Line K9. I'm glad you said that, dog. Because and the key is, because you value yourself less, don't mean this other brother got to value himself less. You know what I'm saying? That's what keeps everybody being bottom dwellers. Everybody being bottom feeders. Swamp dwellers. You know? When you're thinking like that, man, I'm breeding Fletcher, but you don't think I'm breeding Fletcher to have better dogs than him? If he not making better dogs than him, then he not a producer. At least equal or better than he is. Then he ain't no producer. None of them dogs producers if they not making dogs better than them. Big John, Little John, Red Boy, Bingo, Haymaker, if the dog's not producing, Sammy the Arab Boomer, if they not producing better than them, then they not producers that y'all claim they are. You see? Somewhere or another, it got to give. You know what I'm saying? Somewhere or another, brothers got to lose that mind frame that they got. But it ain't me. I'm just worried about my damn self. I never value myself less, you know, especially when I know what I'm dealing with. You know what I'm saying? I'll never do that, man. And this the thing about it. Because a lot of brothers won't do that, they get hated on. You know what I'm saying? They get talked about, which is okay with me. I ain't never seen what talking stopped a brother from excelling. 9 times out of 10, with that brother excelling, he done been through all the shit that stops most people. That's why I say, man, a lot of people want to do YouTube. A lot of people want to learn about podcasts and all that. But you got to have what it takes to excel. When you let somebody else dictate what your program is going to be, what your program going for, you know what I'm saying? When you do all that, you don't have what it takes out here. And some people will say, you know, they are content with doing it how they do it. But the brother Working Line K9 made the best statement that I've seen this week. You know what I'm saying? Salute to you, my young brother. You know what I'm saying? And it's good when you see young brothers speaking like this. What makes these bullies able to sell them for 5,000, 10,000? What makes these Frenchies go for 5,000? And another thing I want to say, yeah, them Frenchies prices start to go down because you're oversaturating the market. Any Tom, Dick, and Harry is getting these Frenchies and different things and thinking they can go breed them, thinking they can do this. You're oversaturating the market. Next year they'll be going for $1,000. And the next 5 years after that, they're going for $500. And 5 years after that, they're not even functional no more. You know what I'm saying? Not even functional dogs. Because everybody want to get a piece of that pie, and everybody don't know what it takes. You know what I'm saying? To keep that breed the way it's supposed to be. Everybody want to go buy a pair of Frenchies. Everybody want to buy a pair of micro bullies. Everybody want to buy a pair of exotics. But they don't know what it takes to get the job done. And now you oversaturating the whole United States with people that really know what to do with these dogs and people that don't know what to do with the dog from Ass and Adam. Same thing I say about the Belgian Malinois. 1980, they was around. 1970, they was around. 1990, they was around. But you couldn't find them like that. You had to look for them. When the movies start coming out, they're showing them in the movies, and they're getting popular now. People starting to find them, and people starting to get them. Everybody want to get them. Everybody got them. And another 5 years, you can get a Belgian Malinois on any damn corner, and their value won't be the same value. Belgian Malinois sell more than a Pitbull without papers. Pitbull can have papers. Belgian Malinois, no papers, still sell higher than the Pitbull, you know? So if I was in it for just the money, I'm going to deal with my Belgian Malinois. Less trouble. You know what I'm saying? Less trouble. I don't got to worry about getting in no kind of trouble as far as selling a dog for fighting, none of that type of stuff dealing with Malinois. I don't got to worry about papers dealing with Malinois. It's the work that people buying these dogs for. Their ability to excel in the work that they do, that people are buying these dogs for. It ain't the papers. You know what I'm saying? Brothers don't even know the bloodlines of these dogs. I mean, I know the ones that I'm rocking with, but I done sold enough to know people don't even care about the blood. They just want the dog themselves. But as you oversaturate the market and get it the way, you selling and you selling and you selling any time Dick and Harry got them, takes the value down of the dog. You know? When it comes to the American Pitbull Terrier, they have more than one thing taking their value down. You got slave mentality folk out here with the dogs. You got the dogs on every corner. And then you got the blanket term, Pitbull. Oh, that's a Pitbull, this a Pitbull, this a Pitbull, and that's a Pitbull. None of them are Pitbulls. You got this one real American Pitbull Terrier in the middle, you know? And only people that deal with the dogs, on like the real pits, know what we mean by the real Pitbull Terriers. Everybody else who just like Pitbulls, they don't care about none of that. You know what I'm saying? To them, a Pitbull is a Pitbull. This kind, that kind, that kind, and that kind. So yeah, man, like I said, big shout out to the brother Working Line K9 for dropping the reaction or the response, my fault, the response that was needed to the brother that got up in his comments or whatever. Never let the next person, because they don't value what they got going on, bring your value down. You know what I'm saying? Salute to you, my brother. Now, one brother got in my comments and said, what am I selling? Show dogs or working dogs? The first thing I'm going to ask you before I say that is, can you tell the difference between a show dog and a working dog? You, my brother, that got in my comment, can you tell the difference between a show dog and a working dog when it comes to American Pitbull Terrier? You see, I can tell the difference between a show Malinois and a working Malinois, a show German Shepherd and a working German Shepherd. You can tell the difference. There's a difference in the look of the dog. But can you tell the difference between a show and a working Pitbull Terrier? And I'm gonna give you a second to answer that. But you know I always answer it for you. You know what I'm saying? Can you tell the difference between a show and a working American Pitbull Terrier? Time's up. Hell to the F, no. You can't tell the difference between a show American Pit Bull Terrier and a working American Pit Bull Terrier. What's the difference in them? You know, even though you didn't ask me what the difference, I'm doing my show on speaking on what's the difference between a show and a working American Pit Bull Terrier. The same difference in any other show and working dog. You know, if you got a family of dogs that been dealing with shows for the past 15, 20 years, I'm just using this example, you know, not talking about nobody in particular. If you got show dogs that been people that been dealing with shows for the last 15 and 20 years and they not working these dogs, you got brothers who working them and brothers who showing them. When just like the brother asked me the other night, how can you keep the actual traits in the dogs if you're not doing nothing illegal? See, it's all styles of work you can do with these dogs. You got to keep the dog working function. Keep the working ability up on these dogs. You know, that's why I tell brothers, you got to open your mind. Stop being stuck in one little circle, in one little square, thinking that all your working ability is in that one little square. Now, I'm asking you, my brother, what was the difference in Macho Buck being a grand champion in the square, and then he turned around and go to the show? You see, you can't tell the difference between a show dog and a working dog when it comes to a pit bull. They all look the same. They pedigrees all say the same. It's what you do with your dog. You know what I'm saying? It's what you do with them. Because you deal with shows, you think your dog, or you think the brother who's going to the shows may not have top quality working dogs. Dumb thinking. You know what I'm saying? But when you got some people that only deal with shows that was never working their dogs, period. Then you may get a different style dog then, but it won't look no different outside of this dog might be got the perfect conformation. You got dogs that hard working dogs, that's some of your best working dogs with great conformation. You know, it's all about what you do with your dog when it comes to the American Pit Bull Terrier. Brothers got show dogs and working dogs, or working dogs and show dogs. And in modern day time, you better be trying to make you a show dog. You wouldn't believe in the last 2 days how many of these brothers got in the comments and try to get me to say incriminating things about what I got going on. Some of them trying to make me say I fight my dogs. Some of them trying to make me say I do this with my dogs. And other ones trying to make me say I do that with my dogs. Slave mentality. Stay down there where you at. Bottom feeders, bottom dwellers. Stay down there where you at, where you content on being at. You know? And like I said, salute to that brother working line, K9 again. Because I already knew this. I would never dumb my program down. I would never dumb myself down because of what the masses want me to do. Nah, man, I ain't that type of dog person. I've been a dog man my whole motherfucking life. Not pit bull man. A dog man my whole life. Like I said, go back to elementary school, I had dogs. Middle school, I had dogs. And then we start talking about the pit bulls, you know? Primary school, I had dogs. And I had haters when I had dogs. I'm going to tell you what a hater would do when I was a little boy. I told a dude I can beat him in basketball. He got mad at me because I said I can beat him in basketball and went and beat my dog with a stick. And I was staying at family member's house at the time. When I got home, my dog's leg was all bust up. I had to take the dog to the vet because I said I was better than him in basketball. Haters, slave mentality from a young motherfucker. See, money don't mean you don't got a slave mentality because you got a lot of money in your pocket. You know, it's your way of thought. And because you got a lot of money in your pocket don't mean you're rich. You can have a lot of bread and still be poor when it comes to thinking. Poor as a motherfucker. And you can not have the money that they fit in with the Joneses, but your way of thinking is wealthy, rich, far exceeds some of the ones that's in your so-called circle. You know, so at the end of the day, man, when it comes to these show dogs, when it comes to these working dogs, folk always say, oh, these show pit bulls, these show pit bulls. And then like I always say, man, if y'all working pit bulls or what you call box dogs was so damn good, where all the champions at? You know what I'm saying? Where all the good dogs? These motherfuckers want me jump in the box. You know what I'm saying? You got show dogs that'll go in the box and do way better than some of your brothers that talk down on the show people. You talking down on the show brothers, but his dog, I guarantee you, his dog will come over here and do 10 times better than yours in the box. So what the difference is then? Or what you gonna say, that's a show dog? Or you getting beat by a show dog? Nah, man, dogs can play on different levels. You know, this dog he go and win shows. He can go and work and outwork dogs, and he can excel on other levels as well. Salute to the brother, why Yard Boy. You know what I'm saying? Salute to the brother Yard Boy for coming up with the idea many months ago, if not a few years back, when he was saying he gonna do the triple crown for the horses, for the dogs. When your dog can excel on all levels, you know what I'm saying? He can excel on all levels. This dog, he trained. This dog is winning in the ADBA shows. He winning in stuff like the weight. Say he win in weight pull, okay? Then he go out there and win in confirmation show. And that same dog won in the box. And we talking about in the golden era, back in the days. The dog went from the box to the weight pull to the confirmation show, and he won on a high level in all categories. So, I mean, like I said before, man, when these brothers out here, I don't respect a lot of these brothers when it come to they box talk, because at the end of the day, I done seen a lot of them bring their dogs in not even healthy. Dogs skinny as hell. You don't know how to condition a dog. You bringing them in skinny. You starving them to look like that. You ain't working them to look like that. You know what I'm saying? Period. You know? And because, like I said, because you don't take pride in what you do, don't never try to knock the next person because they take pride in what they do. You know what I'm saying? It just go like that. Now, let me speak about a few dogs that I had outside of Sambo. Let me speak about, let's say some of y'all, a lot of y'all pedigrees, you may see them as P. Nitty's Nitro. That was my damn dog. I'm the reason that dog is a one-time winner. You know what I'm saying? I made the dog into a one-time winner. He off Crazy Eyes and Shakur. Big John dogs, both Big John dogs. You know, and I want to say this. Always been natural. Something I didn't like that was done to my dog, but I didn't say nothing about it because I felt like folk had they was looking out for me, you know? I felt like folk was trying to look out for me, so I didn't really say nothing about it. I took Nitro out, I worked him, I did good with him, I took him out, and when we get to the place to do the show, walk him out, shoot my dog up with something. I'm not used to that, you know what I'm saying? I don't really want my dog shot up with nothing that I don't know what it is. But being that this was some of their stuff, I felt like they had my better, they was thinking, trying to, do right by me. Shot my dog up with something. Now, I know what to shoot my dog up with, the things that I use, you know what I'm saying? I know what to shoot him up with. But I say that to say this. The Nitro dog, which may say P. Nitty's Nitro now, I made that dog a winner, and the dog went blind in the damn square, but got his damn vision back. And he did like the little country dog, never got his vision back. Nitro went blind. It was my scratch. I let him go. He did this. He did like the Stevie Wonder thing with his head. He looked around about 4 seconds. He didn't take no long count. He looked around about 4 seconds. And he wasn't just straight focused. I know he was blind because he was looking for the dog that was across the thing. And then he got his vision back. And he shot across there and finished it on off. You know? But that's the bullshit that, you don't have to shoot your dog with if it's a bulldog. And there's repercussions behind a lot of this stuff you shoot these dogs with just to get a win. I mean, it is what it is, man. Like I said, the little country dog I had, Champion Little Country, a 4-timer. He went blind on his last one and finished scratching blind. And I ain't gonna lie to you. He would beat the average dog ass as a blind dog. But his teeth were screwed up. You know what I'm saying? So I couldn't keep on doing them and keep on doing them. His teeth were screwed up. His teeth was all gone. His eyes was bugged out his head. Go look up Pelican Bay's Champion Little Country. And look at his eyes, and don't they look funny? That dog couldn't see shit. I think he could see maybe shadows. All you gotta do is touch him with a tree branch. He'll shake the tree branch and snap it in half. All you gotta do is sit a tire in his chain reach. He'll bite the tire all day long, no exaggeration, until he faint. He'll have to be so exhausted that he can't bite the tire no more in order to stop biting the tire. I had to AI breed him, and that's why I learned how to do the AI breeding. That was through Champion Little Country. He was off Country and Crazy Girl. Now I had other dogs off Crazy Girl as well, off of Fletcher and Crazy Girl. That was the dog that I was telling y'all about last week, or on the other video that was Walk'em got him down as Walk'em's Libby, but it was Pelican Bay's Libya. Now go look up Pelican Bay's Favre, like Brent Favre. Go look up Pelican Bay's Favre. That was Libya, Pelican Bay's Libya, little brother, from the next little down. So when y'all brothers bring that, these show dogs, or what's show dogs and what's working dogs, listen here, man. That's the bullshit that y'all do to keep brothers down in this swamp. Stay bottom feeders, stay bottom dwellers. At the end of the day, you can't look at a dog and tell if it's a show dog, if it's a working dog or not. But at the end of the day, brothers that bred their dog for working ability, that's the difference. These brothers bred for working ability. These brothers or sisters bred for show qualities. You know what I'm saying? That's the difference. But how can you tell? You can't tell. Not because a brother go to one show, not because a brother go to 2 shows or 3 shows. You can't tell. You got to know the lineage of dogs you're dealing with in order to say these show dogs. Or because this man got the dog and start going to shows, but the person he got the dog from is working quality dogs. And when it comes to what I'm breeding, I'm not going to change up what I'm breeding for the shows. If my working quality dogs, I get the best confirmation from my working quality dogs that I can produce, and I take them to the shows. I'm not going to change up what I'm breeding for a show. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to change up what I'm breeding for the show, but I will attend the show. Because at the end of the day, all the dogs attend shows. You don't have no problem with Mayday was in the shows. Macho Buck was in the show. These dogs in the shows. You don't got no problem. It's only when that slave mentality kick in. Y'all have a great day. Y'all stay safe out there. PB K9s, and I'm out.